All right, have a seat up on your left. We often start, we say cross the legs at the center of your shins. I'm going to say today, cross your legs comfortably. If that's the center of your shins, cross them at the center of your shins. And if something else creates more ease, then do that. Oh, also, have a belt nearby that you can reach before getting up. So have your chair. We will use a chair today, as long as I remember. So we will use a chair. Have some sort of chair available. It can be a dining room chair. Have some books or blocks available for you, and have nearby a strap. I have a scarf, have a strap, scarf, belt, something that that you can use without doing a lot of movement. So cross your legs comfortably. Let your feet lie comfortably. Optimally for you today. And it doesn't mean you have to settle for whatever the first way it landed is. You can play with it. You can press the heels out. You can turn the feet up, and you can find that place in the middle, right? Now, it doesn't have to be the extremes. Find that place which is optimal for you. It doesn't mean it's the first place you fall into. So you can try taking the knees closer together. You can try taking them further apart and see what is there for you today. In optimal, Prashant was really, he's been doing these, Prashant, because Iyengar's son in India has been doing all these classes each weekend. So he did the second weekend last weekend. And he's been really trying to get into us that poses are different at different times for different reasons. So in this pose, Sukhasana, or if your feet are further back, Swastikasana, they're different for different stages. When you're 20, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, you have different poses. You think you're doing the same pose, you're not. There's a different pose in the morning than in the evening. There's a different pose in the winter, spring, summer, fall. And even summer, is it a cool day, or I don't know what it is today. Yesterday it was like 106. It's a different pose. Your poses are different when it's 100 degrees out, or maybe it's 100 degrees out and you're sitting in 60-degree air conditioning. It's a different pose. And you have to acclimate yourself to different conditions that are going on within yourself, based on age, based on outer conditions, based on how you slept last night. So gather all these conditions together. And that doesn't mean, I'm a victim because I'm older. It's not that. And I can't do this or I can't do that anymore. It's, I'm different. And how can we invite in these differences, accept these differences, love these differences, that we are not the same as we were yesterday or a year ago or 10 years ago. Many things we can do much better. Many things we have more difficulty with. It's both. And can we celebrate and accept both and invite in the changes instead of, well, I'll accept that, I know more about this, I can do this pose better, but I'm not going to accept the fact that, it's hotter outside and I don't want to move as quickly. So what is here now for you? Based on inner conditions, based on outer conditions that affect you. Yes, sweetheart. You're present for who? For Jonah? Okay, you can say hi to everybody. They see you. Okay. Bring your palms together with your thumbs at your chest. Close your eyes from top to bottom. And draw your eyes back and down to gaze at the seat of your heart, the seat of your soul. And let's go through the body, scanning the body for what's here now, adjusting for what is optimal for today. Balance evenly on the sit bones. Release the inner thighs. From the inner thighs to the inner knee. Release from the upper inner thighs back towards the abdomen. Release, lengthen that whole inner leg, inner groin. Draw from the outer knees to the outer hips. Compact your hips together. Optimally on both those, the inner and outer leg. How do they work together? They are opposite actions, but how can these opposite actions work together? Take the top of the buttocks down, maintaining the length of the inner leg. Take the front bottom ribs into the body, maintaining the length of the inner leg, compacting the hips. Lengthen from your outer hips all the way up through your armpits. So between your outer hips to the waist of the bottom ribs, and then through each set of ribs above that. As you touch the palms evenly right to left, left to right, can you move the shoulders away from each other? And can you spread the shoulder blades apart? There's also lengthening from the inner armpit to inner elbow. Often we do that when the hands are down, but that's still here. So we brought our hands together first. And you still find that lengthening through the upper arms and through the inner legs, the upper inner arms, I should say, and through the inner legs. Soften your neck, throat. Soften your face. Let your eyes draw inward. Let the ears draw inward. Mouth soft, teeth, gums soft, relaxing. Can you become a vessel for the breath? And allow the breath to breathe you. And in your mind's eye, move from the doer, we've been doing, now move from the doer to become the seer. And simply watch as the breath breathes you. And let's chant the syllable Om 3 times together, exhaling completely. Deep inhalation. Lifting your sternum towards the ceiling, lower your chin towards your heart. Honoring the divine presence of yoga within you. Release your hands onto your thighs with your palms up. With your eyes closed, raise your head. From the back of your head, gently let your eyelids open. Change the cross of your legs. Comfortably. So experiment, knees closer together, knees further apart, feet further forward, feet further back, knife edge of your foot down, foot turned up. No rush here. Interlock your fingers together, turn your palms out, push the webbing of your fingers together. Now watch the ribs. The front ribs you're going to want to come forward. So top of the buttocks down, ribs in. Of course, releasing the inner thighs, release those groins, compact the hips. Take the arms up. But don't give up the legs, don't give up the torso just for the arms. The goal here is to open the armpits. So do lengthen through the arms straight, upper arms hugging into your ears. If you cannot get your arms straight, turn your palms down. That's fine. Otherwise, arms straight, ribs in. And optimally, take your hands further back to open the armpits. Now extend the ribs up, wrists. Wrists up, ribs too. So from the ribs through the wrists, inhale. On your exhalation, turn to the right. Don't just turn your head, turn your torso. The chin stays in line with the sternum. Wrap the left ribs around, left ribs turning, right ribs going back. Exhale, come to center. Extend the wrists up, inhale, exhale, turning. To the left, other side. Try not to lean forward. A couple of you are leaning forward. So extend the arms up, extend the torso up, open the armpits and turn. Chin in line with the sternum. Don't focus on the head. Exhale, come to center. Release the hands down. Take a breath. Extend the arms forward, arms up, lengthen, open armpits. Ribs in, top of the buttocks down. Turn your hands out to the side. Extend the arms out to the side. So we get lift, we get width in the twist. Keep the lift. Inhale, lifting through the spine and side ribs. Exhale, turn. So your left hand goes around your right knee. Your right hand goes behind you. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. You can bend the elbows out to the sides, right? Shoulders down. Look straight forward. Or you can have chin in line with your sternum if you want, but don't worry about turning the head too much yet. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, come to center. Maintain that lift as you come to center. And arms forward, arms up. Ribs in, top of the buttocks down. Hands out to the side. Exhale, arms down. Keep the lift, keep the width. Inhale, exhale, turn to the left. Lift first. Inhale, exhale, turn. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Your pace. Don't just focus on turning the head, turn the body. If you start grimacing, you've gone past your maximum. Or you're at your maximum and it's not good. Go to optimum. Maintain the lift. Inhale, exhale, come to center. Change the cross of your legs. Find the optimal cross for you today. Interlace your fingers the opposite way you did last time. All right, so it's probably the side that feels weird. Turn your palms out, inhale, come up. Ribs in, top of the buttocks down. Extend the wrists up. Inhale, extend up, open those armpits, so arms back to open the armpits. Inhale, exhale, turn to the right. We start at the base and turn upward. So start at the bottom of the spine, turn upward, like a corkscrew. Maintain the lift, inhale, exhale, come to center, maintain that lift, inhale, get more lift, exhale, turn to the left. Again, like a corkscrew from the bottom up. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. Find what's optimal for you today. Maintain the lift, inhale, exhale, come to center. Release your arms out to the sides. Take a breath. Extend your arms forward, arms up. Turn your hands out to the sides, come down. Drop the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, turn to the right. Head forward. Top of the buttocks down, ribs in. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. You can use your hands, bending the elbow and pulling slightly against the leg. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. Shoulders down. Move those shoulders away from your ears. You still want a slight turning up of the lips on your face. Just a hair of a smile if that's accessible for you today, but no grimacing. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. Right, you don't need to crank more out of your pose. No reason to grimace. Exhale, come to center. Arms forward, arms up. Hands up to the side, down. Inhale, exhale, turn. Keep that lift, keep that lift. Starting from the base, turning up. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. You can use your arms to help guide you. Lift the spine and the side ribs on the inhalation, on the exhalation, turn optimally. Don't fight with the body, work with your body. You work with your body, allow your body to work with you. Maintain the lift, inhale, exhale, come to center. Straighten your legs, Dandasana. Now, you may want to play with your lift a little bit. So I started off with a nice high lift for when I had my legs crossed, but I don't need such a high lift for this. So I'm gonna take a blanket off and be here. We're gonna spread our legs as well. So sometimes for me, a lower lift for Upavista Konasana with the legs wide apart is easier. Now you can keep what you have as well. Doesn't hurt to experiment. Thighs down. Extend through the inner legs. Inner groins coming back. Top of the thighs rather, right? Lengthening from that lower abdomen to the knees, that whole area. Inner flesh to the thighs moving down, outer knees to outer hips. Extend your arms forward, arms up, ribs in, top of the buttocks down. Hands out to the sides. Inhale, exhale, turn to the right. So the hand goes around your thigh. Other hand behind you. Inhale, lift and look forward, turn. Top of the buttocks down. Bounce evenly on those sit bones. Inhale, lifting, exhale, come to center. Arms forward, arms up. Keep the top of the buttocks down, ribs in. So this takes more abdomen work with the legs extended, extending the arms up. Turn your arms out to the side, come down. Inhale, exhale, turn to the opposite side. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. Head forward. Bounce evenly on the sit bones, still lengthen the groins, descend the groins, compact the hips. Inhale, lift, exhale, come to center, Dandasana. Spread your legs. Here, I'm gonna move a little back so you can see a little better. So again, adjust your lift if you need to. Knees up, toes up. Lengthen the inner thighs. From the inner knee to the lower abdomen, there's an extension all the way out through the heel, toes up. Draw the outer knees to the outer hips, descend the flesh of the inner thighs. Take your left hand in front of you, right hand behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. I should have said, if you have difficulty reaching in front of you, you can take a block or something else in front of you if you need that. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. You want to begin to get your navel in line with that knee. I mean, mine's not really getting in line with the knee, but that's where you're turning towards. Still extending the groins, descending the flesh of the inner thighs, drawing the outer knees to the outer hips. Chin in line with your sternum. Inhale, exhale, come to center. Take a breath in the center for a moment. Lift the side ribs. Inhale, exhale, other side. So right hand on the inside. Left hand behind you. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Don't just go with the head, but try and wrap those ribs around, starting at the base, moving up. So lengthen the groins, descend the groins, outer knees to outer hips. Compact those hips. Taking time to observe. Maintain the lift. Inhale, exhale, come to center, hands by your hips. Take hold of your strap, which is hopefully still nearby. Catch that around your right foot. Hold it with your left hand for a moment so you can get that lift, right? So you can even place your hands down, lift. Then take your right hand, keep that lift, reach around for the strap. Take your left hand behind you. I'm sorry, left hand comes around, reaches for the strap. Right hand behind you. Inhale, lifting. So don't fall forward. I'm not asking you to fall forward. Just asking you to bend your elbows to help with that turn. Optimal, still going for optimal. So with the help of the strap, still staying optimal without forcing a grimace, without forcing work, my abdomen begins to turn a little bit more, which of course then turns the rest of the torso. I just noticed my head beginning to want to turn faster than my body. So I'm going to adjust, chin in line with sternum. You notice if that happened to you too. Top of the buttocks down, ribs in, lengthen the groins. Keep the lift, exhale, come to center. And just release the strap for a moment, hands by your hips, the center. And take that strap and gotta flop it over that other leg. So first, hold it with your left hand, just so you can maintain that lift. So you're not, sometimes we have to bend in the spine just to get that strap over there. So get that lift again. Then maintain that lift. Take your right hand around, left hand behind you. Maintain that lift. Don't reach down so far that you're collapsing. That's a different pose. Okay? Not saying we never do that. Just a different pose. So lift, inhale, exhale, turn. Turn with the torso, chin stays in line with the sternum right now. You can look forward too. If you don't want to turn the head at all, just look forward. Right? We practice that one too. Lengthen the groins, descend the groins, the thighs pressing down, maintaining that lift, turning. Taking some nice time to observe. Can you not just be the doer, but can you practice being the seer as well? Maintain the lift, exhale, come to center, just drop the strap for a moment. Lift the side ribs. And move the strap so that it's not in your way, but you're still going to need it, so don't toss it out of the way. Take hold of the inside of your knees, lift straight up, let the feet come together, take them together. So now when I go from Upavista Konasana to Baddha Konasana, my knees are a little high here. I have these really tight hips. So this is not an optimal height for me. So I'm going to take my hands on the outside of my knees to push my legs together, and I'm going to take my blanket, my extra blanket back. So if your setup is optimal for you, that's fine. And if not, add another blanket, add another 2 blankets, add another 3 blankets. And then to get back into it, I'll start in Dandasana. If you've changed, start in Dandasana, let one leg fall out, hold on the inside of the knee, take it out to the side, other leg, and then the feet come back together again. Yeah? It's easy to become lazy with our setup. So do a nice setup for you. Take your strap just underneath the feet and reach down. Not this one with the bent arms, but straight arms. You're reaching for the floor. Press the heels. Lengthen the groins. Release the flesh of the inner thighs from the front of the leg to the back of the leg. Draw the outer knees to the outer hips, compact the hips together. Lift up through the side ribs, front ribs back, top of the buttocks down. Rotate the upper arms out. That helps make space for the side ribs. Now take hold of the strap, both sides in your right hand. Left hand. Right hand behind you. Lift. Keep pressing the heels, compact the hips. Release the groins. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, bend the elbows and turn. Look forward. Shoulders down. Elbows out to the sides, shoulders down. Turn. Wrap the ribs around. From the base to the top. Now, when you get to the top, slowly turn your head so it's in line with your sternum. And then if you'd like, on your next exhalation, you can turn the head all the way to look over the right shoulder. And then look over the left shoulder again. As you turn, don't unturn. Keep turning to the right. Look to the left. And then inhale, lift. On your exhalation, turn the spine again and turn the head to look over your right shoulder. And then exhale, come to center. Take hold both sides of the strap. So the head turns both ways, right? Sometimes we practice not turning the head, keeping the head straight, keeping the head in line with the sternum, turning the head over the shoulder we're turning to. And sometimes we think one is right or wrong, or one is beginner, one is advanced. And, you know, there might be some ideas of that, and light on yoga, there's a little bit of that. But the reality is they're just different. The reality is they're just different. So you have to look at the pose and go, well, what happens when I look one way? What happens when I look the other way? Isn't there a difference for you? Can you experience the difference and pick whichever is right on whatever given day? If you're in your home practice here, you know, you can follow what I'm doing. And then notice the effects. Hold on to the straps with your right hand, left hand behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. So just looking forward right now. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Starting from the base, moving up. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. You must lift. The lift is more important than the turn. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. And when you come to an optimal place, begin to turn the head on an exhalation. Turn the head first in line with your sternum. And then all the way over your left shoulder, shoulders down. Optimal for you, not overdoing it. Inhale, maintain the lift. Exhale, keep the turn, but turn the head the other way. Now the head's over your right shoulder, even though you're turning to the left. And inhale, lifting. Exhale, turn the head over oh, now it's the left shoulder. Sorry. Head was looking the opposite way. Now it's looking the way you're turning. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, come to center. Release the strap. Take your hands on the outside of your knees. Push your legs together. Hold behind one knee. Drag the heel, straighten the leg. Other leg, drag the heel, straighten the leg. Hands by your hips. Dandasana. All right, keep your strap nearby. Put the blanket to the side. We're lying back, so if you need a blanket underneath your head, take one underneath your head. Lie back. So again, if your chin gets thrown up, then take a blanket underneath your head so you don't have that. You can always just take your hands off. Also just extend the neck as you rest the head down. Bend your legs, place your feet on the floor. Take that buttocks, you want to take that flesh towards your heels. Take hold of your strap. Take the right leg into your chest. Put the strap around the foot where the heel meets the arch, straighten the leg. No death grips on the strap, gentle gripping. Press the thigh back. Lengthen the groins and the knee, inner knee to the lower abdomen, the flesh of the inner thigh moving back, outer knee to the outer hip. Supta Panagustasana 1. And then drag your left heel on the floor. Turn your left thigh in. So 2 straight legs, both groins lengthening. Draw from the outer knees to the outer hips. Do move your outer shoulders down. Don't take it in your shoulders. Supta Panagustasana 1. Opening up the hamstrings, opening up the back of the knees. Still keeping those groins nice and released. Going right to Supta Panagustasana 2. Reach up on the strap with your right hand. Take your left hand, place it on your thigh. Turn your abdomen from the right to the left. The abdomen turns from the right to the left. Keep that left thigh down. You can use your hand to push it down and take your leg just out to the left. You don't have to take it towards your face. Don't let your hamstring get in the way. So just take it a little lower than you might normally try and take it. Whatever is optimal for you. Keep the left thigh down. Keep that abdomen turning from the right to the left. My abdomen just wants to follow my leg and turn to the right. So I really have to work hard. The abdomen moving to the left side of the abdomen pressing down, the left hip pressing down, the left leg pressing down, and then lengthen both legs, the inner groins, the inner legs, draw from both outer knees to outer hips. Inhale, take that leg up. Hold with both sides of the strap, Supta Panagustasana 1, and then moving to Supta Panagustasana 3. Take hold with the left hand, reach up high, take the right hand on the thigh near the hip, push it back, and then take that right leg over to the left. You don't have to go very far for many of us until we feel that sensation in the outer leg. Don't go deep into the pain, just to the edge. Soft face. If you're grimacing, you're working too hard. And inhale, come up. Hold both sides of the strap for a moment. Roll your shoulders down. Extend the inner legs, compact the hips. And bend both legs. Take the top of the buttocks towards the heels. It's not a pelvic tilt. You're just moving the top of the buttocks towards the heels. Bend the left leg into the chest. Place your strap where the heel meets the arch, straighten the leg. Thigh bone back, knee point straight forward. Thigh bone back, extend the groin, lengthen the groin, draw from the outer knee to the outer hip. That outer hip moves away from the shoulder so the two sides of your torso are equal in length. Drag the right heel on the floor, straighten the right leg, two straight legs. That right thigh turns in, press the right thigh down as you press the left thigh back. Lengthen the groins, the knees to the abdomen, compact the hips together. Supta Panagustasana 1. Supta Panagustasana 2, reach up high in the strap with your left hand, right hand on your thigh. Now the abdomen goes from the left to the right side. Take the abdomen from the left to the right, press the left abdomen down, the left hip down, the left thigh down, and just take your leg out straight to the side. Press the thigh down, abdomen from the left to the right. The left thigh goes back, right thigh goes down, lengthen the groins, compact the hips. Find an optimal pose for you. Inhale, take the leg up, hold both sides of the strap, Supta Panagustasana 1. And reach up high in the strap with your right hand, left hand onto your thigh, push the thigh back. Don't let the foot go back when you push the thigh back. The thigh goes back. Then take the left leg over to the right. Again, you don't have to go far before you reach sensation for many of us. Don't go deep. You don't have to go deep into it. Go to the edge of that sensation. Thigh back. Inhale, take the leg up. Hold both sides of the strap. Take both legs inside the strap. Press your outer shoulders down, thigh bones back, lengthen the groins, compact the hips. Now iron your abdomen to the spine, iron your lower back to the floor. Now, if you're working with your abdomen and building strength, you can hold on to the strap. You don't have to let go. Those of you who have the ability, have the strength in the abdomen, release the strap, extend your arms overhead. And if this isn't working, if this is too much in your lower back, just take your arms back up and hold the strap. Abdomen down, lower back down as you extend the legs. Extend through the arms as well. So open armpits. Abdomen down. Now the strap might fall. If you're holding your strap, you stay here. If you let go of the strap, then you take your legs to 60 degrees. Maybe the strap falls down. That's okay. Extend out. Extend those inner legs out through the heel. Extend the whole inner groin. Flesh of the inner thighs moving down. Compact the hips. Abdomen down, lower back down. If this is too much, go back up to 90 degrees. And back down to 30 degrees. Not back down, down to 30 degrees. If your lower back comes up, it's too far, take your legs higher. Abdomen down, extend the legs. Extend through the arms and legs. Compact the hips. Squeeze those thighs together. Back up to 60 degrees. Abdomen down, lower back down. Back up to 90 degrees. Abdomen down, lower back down. Extend through the arms, extend through the legs. And bend your legs into your chest. Take your feet on the floor. Release your arms. Straighten your legs and just let go for a moment. If that strap is in your way, just move it out of your way. Breathe into your shoulders, breathe into your hips. Bend your legs, place your feet on the floor. You can move the strap out of the way or leave it wherever it is. Arms out to the side like a T. Often we do this pose at the end of class, but there's nothing that says this is only a wind down pose. This is a twist. Bend your legs into your chest. Keep your thighs together. Drop your shoulders. I have my palms down now. If it's more optimal for you to have palms up, you can have palms up. Palms up does open the shoulders a little bit more. Palms down gives a little bit more grounding. You know what? We're going to do it both ways. Everyone, do your palms down, and then we'll do it with palms up. So you can really see the difference. Now, press the thighs together. The abdomen here has to work too. So you're going to take the knees to the right. So the abdomen turns to the left. You want to keep the left shoulder blade down. In order to keep the left shoulder blade down, you actually have to press with the right shoulder blade. So press the right shoulder blade down. You can do the hip. Press the right shoulder blade down, and notice how that moves the left side of the body down. So keep the right shoulder blade down, extend through the arms, and press the left shoulder blade down, extend through the left arm. Press the thighs together. Don't let them come apart. That means the right thigh is going to need to push into the left thigh. Turn your abdomen to the left as the knees go to the right, over your right shoulder. Right elbow. Turn the abdomen from the right to the left. Knees go to the right. Keep those thighs together. Press the right shoulder blade down to keep the left one down. The torso, there's a big turn to the left as the knees go to the right. Release the groins, compact the hips. Observe. Now push with your lower leg. Inhale, come up. Place your feet on the floor, square your hips and square your shoulders. Bend your legs into your chest. Now press your left shoulder blade down in order to keep the right shoulder blade down. Extend through both arms. Keep the thighs together, press the thighs together. Turn your abdomen from the left to the right. The abdomen goes from the left to the right as the knees go to the left to hover over your left shoulder. Do not let the legs separate. So your left thigh has to push into your right thigh. Left shoulder blade down to keep the right shoulder blade down. Abdomen turning from the left to the right. So that torso turns to the right as the legs move to the left. Observe. Inhale, come up. Place your feet on the floor, square your hips and square your shoulders. Turn your palms up. Right? You don't know the difference unless you practice the difference. Maybe you like it better, maybe you won't like it better, or maybe they're the same and just different. Bend your legs into your chest. Again, press the right shoulder blade down to keep the left shoulder blade down, thighs together. Extend through the arms. Abdomen turns to the left as the knees go to the right. Really strongly take the abdomen from the right to the left as the knees go to the right. Keep the right shoulder blade down to keep the left shoulder blade down. Keep those thighs together. Observe. Fingertips are a part of the pose, as is the torso and the legs. Observe. Push with your lower leg. Inhale, come up. Place your feet on the floor, square your hips and square your shoulders. Did you notice any difference with palms down, palms up? If so, what was it? Bring your legs back into your chest. Press the left shoulder blade down to keep the right shoulder blade down. Extend through the whole arm. Abdomen turns from the left to the right as the knees now go to the left. Keep the thighs together so the bottom leg has to push into the top leg. Don't let them separate. Press your left shoulder blade down to keep the right shoulder blade down. Extend through the arms. Fingers are a part of the pose. Abdomen strongly from the left to the right. It's a strong action. Knees hovering over your elbow. Push with the lower leg. Inhale, come up. Feet on the floor. Square your hips and square your shoulders. Extend your right arm past your right ear. Roll to the right and come up. On another day when I had more time, I might have told you, okay, now pick palms down, palms up, and do it again. But I want to move on. But you can play with that. Take your chair. So take a chair. to the side of your mat and take a strap. I'm not going to mirror these. I'm going to say when I'm doing my right leg, you can do your right leg. Sometimes the mirroring with these poses just gets too confusing for me. Take your right heel on the chair, square your hips. I know everyone has a different height chair. It's okay. Take the strap around your foot. You can see right now my leg is at an angle. I'm not doing this one. Hold the strap with your right hand now. Take your left hand on your hip. I do want your left hip over your heel and press your thigh back. So left hip over your heel, press your thigh back, hip squared, right hip going down. So it's not that that right hip is coming up, right hip going down. Lengthen the groins of both legs. Take the flesh of the inner thighs of both legs back. So the top leg down, the back leg, standing leg goes back. Compact the hips together. And take the front rod and ribs back as you take the top of the buttocks down. As you take the top of the buttocks down, keep that thigh pressing back. So this would be Padangusthasana 1. Pada's foot, Goose's big toe. In the final pose, we're holding our big toe. And then take hold of the straps now with your left hand. Take your right hand on your hip. Don't let the left thigh go forward. Press that left thigh back and begin to turn. You can bend that left elbow as you turn. That's helpful. And then extend your right arm. So left thigh back. So we're back to a twist, right? Similar, not exactly the same, but similar to when we were lying back. Similar to the Supta Padangusthasana 3. Here we are in Padangusthasana 3. Turn. And if it's helpful, you can gaze over your right fingers. And then coming, looking back to center, taking the arm around, taking hold of the strap, left hand on hip, bend your leg, release the strap, place it down, left leg up. If anything isn't clear, you're not following anything, please say something, or I have the chat screen up. It's kind of far, can't really read it from here, but I'll go up and look at it. But feel free to unmute yourself if something isn't clear. So first with your left hand, Padangusthasana 1. Right thigh back, outer knee to outer hip. Left thigh down, left hip down, outer knee to outer hip. But do lengthen and descend the groins. And by descend, I mean those inner thighs moving back. I know it's not descending for both legs, but that's what I mean. When I say descend, it means the flesh of the inner thighs moving from the front of the leg to the back of the leg. Now, take your right hand across. Take your left hand on your hip. Inhale, maintain the lift. Exhale, turn. Turn. Keep that left hip down. Keep the right thigh pressing back. You can extend your left arm out now. And if you'd like, you can turn your head. On this side, turning my head makes me a little too wobbly, so I'm not going to do that. And then next time I do the other side, I'm not going to do it because I want my sides to be even. So you have to have one side teach the other side. And then coming around, hold the strap with your left hand, right hand on your hip, and then your leg come back to center. Just take Tadasana for a moment, checking in with yourself. All right, so this is where you need to do your practice. Your body for you. Some of you can do that one. Some of you might have very flexible hamstrings. Everyone's seat back is a different height. Take your foot on the back of the chair. If you do want to do that and you don't like the way it feels, you just take a blanket there. But wait, don't do yet. Watch for a minute. Watch for a minute. Now, for me, this is not feeling optimal. It's just not. So I'm not going to do that one. I could force myself to do it. I have the flexibility, but it's not feeling optimal. So I'm going to use this, but hey, check this out. I have some blocks. One block. 2 blocks. Get some books, get some dictionaries, get a stack, get a pot from the cabinet. There's this version. There's this version. Ah, that's feeling more optimal for me today. My foot's still not that, that high up. My leg is not parallel to the floor, which is the traditional pose, would be parallel to the floor and then ultimately, in line with your shoulder. But that's not optimal for me today. So this is what I found. So play with a couple of heights. Get your blocks, get your books, or pillows, or whatever it is you have lying around. I'll give you a minute to test it out. I had to test out the different things. It looks like someone has a stool. Perfect, right? So play with different things that you might have around the house. All right, so play with your height. And if this one was best, then just repeat what we just did. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a contest. Some people treat yoga as a contest. Yoga is not a contest with anyone else or a contest with yourself. And as we spoke about last week, you cannot do yoga. What we're seeking to do is create conditions so that yoga can happen inside of us. So can you think about creating the conditions for yoga to happen inside of you? So hopefully you have what you need. Take your right leg up. Do make sure your left toes point forward. Take that strap around the foot. Reach with your right hand first. But keep your torso lifted. I'm not asking you to bend forward. I'm asking you to lift up. So I have a lot of length on this strap scarf here. Do press the left thigh back. Do lift both outer knees to outer hips. Do lengthen and release both groins. Supta Padangusthasana 1. Supta Padangusthasana 3. Take hold with your left hand now, reaching around. First, right hand on your hip. Don't straighten the arm right away. And begin the turn. Drop that right hip down. And we're not having the right thigh turn out. So that right thigh stays turned in. The left thigh presses back. Compact the hips, release the groins, and begin to turn. And when it's comfortable for you, you can extend the arm. If it's comfortable for you, I should say. Keep that right hip down. Keep that right hip down. If you can't keep the right hip down, then you took your foot too high. Then you weren't optimal for your foot or for your leg. And if you'd like, you can gaze over your right arm. I'm not doing that because I found myself too wobbly on the other side, and I want to even out my sides. I don't want to do one thing on one side that I can't do on the other side. So I'm just going to look with my chin in line with my sternum here and keep turning. Using the breath. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. It's all still there. And exhale, come to center. Take hold of the strap with your right hand, left hand on your hip. Lift the chest, ribs in, top of the buttocks down. And bend your leg and foot down. And the other side. Move my blocks a little bit. Left leg up. I'd say I could have moved my body and not my blocks, but I chose to keep my body where it was and move my props. Strap around the foot. Hold with your left hand, right hand on your hip. Establish your legs. Right thigh back, left thigh, hip down. Lengthen the groins, release the groins, compact the hips. Top of the buttocks down, ribs in. But when you take that top of the buttocks down, you really have to work on keeping that right thigh back. And coming around, take your right hand, reach for the strap, left hand on your hip. Establish the legs again. Did your right hip thigh go forward? Press that right thigh, hip back, compact the hips, release the groins, then go for the turn. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. Turning. Keep that left hip down as you turn, left hip down. Right thigh back, left hip down. Don't let the thigh turn out. Left thigh in, left thigh hip down, right thigh back. If you'd like, you can extend your arm. Observe. And then coming to center, take your left hand on the strap, right hand on your hip. Pick your leg up, release the strap, foot down, strap down, Tadasana. Thighs back, lengthen the groins, compact the hips, ribs in, top of the buttocks down, extend through the arms. Check in with yourself. You can put the chair to the side now. Come back to your mat, Tadasana. Now, often we do standing poses at the beginning, right? Utthita Trikonasana, these poses. So now here we are, we're an hour in, and here we are doing Utthita Trikonasana. What I want you, most of you here, I think all of you here, at least in the live class, have done this, usually towards the beginning of class. I want you to observe the experience of this pose now that we're doing it after this whole series of twists that we've been doing. Fingertips up, keep that lift of the chest, bend your legs, jump or step your feet apart. Drop your shoulders. So even here, notice the experience. Often at the beginning of class, we're stiffer. If for no other reason than we've moved less, right? For some of us, this is our yoga classes where we get most of our movement. Left foot in, right leg out. So we've done some movement already. And of course, we've done a lot of twisting. Press the left thigh back, turn the front thigh out, draw your outer knees to outer hips, compact the hips together. Keep those ribs in. Inhale, exhale, come down. Take your left hand on your hip. Take your left thigh back, turn the front thigh out, lift the outer knees to outer hips. Now rotate the torso. We've done a lot of rotating of the torso. Rotate the torso towards the ceiling without turning the front thigh in. Let the head go back. If it's easy to look up, look up. Otherwise, just look straight ahead. That's fine. Now extend the right arm. Observe your pose. Pull with your top arm, inhale, come out, parallel your feet. Drop your shoulders, other side, right foot in, left leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch. Take that back thigh back so that you can press the heel. Turn the front thigh out. Lift the outer knees to the outer hips, compact the hips together. Maintain the legs, don't lose that. On your exhalation, come down. Left hand on your hip, right hand on your hip. Back thigh back. Press the heel, turn the front thigh out, lift the outer knees to the outer hips. Now rotate the torso, left ribs forward, right ribs back. Find a comfortable place for the head. That can be looking forward. Don't tuck the chin though. Looking forward, or if the head turns up, that's fine. Then you can extend the arm. Observe your pose. And pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet. Jump or step your feet together. Ribs in, top of the buttocks down. Fingertips up. Bend your legs, jump or step your feet apart. Drop your shoulders. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior pose 2. Left foot in, right leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch. The back thigh goes back, front thigh turns out, lift the outer knees to the outer hips. When you bend the leg, keep your spine perpendicular to the floor. Reach with your back arm. Inhale, exhale, bend the front leg. Don't let your torso come over your front leg. Spine perpendicular to the floor. Press the back leg. Open the pelvic area, so you're lengthening the groins. Back thigh back, front knee back, front buttock forward. Tailbone in. And then the ribs come in, top of the buttocks down. If it's comfortable, you can gaze over your front fingertips. But imagine you have eyes in the back of your head. Look through those eyes. Remember, you're not trying to get there, you're trying to get here. And then reach through that back arm, straighten the leg, parallel the feet, over to the other side, right foot in, left leg out. Of course, if you need to take your hands on your hips for a moment, do so. Otherwise, keep them up, back thigh back, press the heel, turn the front thigh out. Lengthen the groins, compact the hips. Reach with your back arm, inhale, bend your front leg. Drop the shoulders. Back thigh back, front knee back, front buttock forward, open the pelvic area. Front ribs in, top of the buttocks down. If it's comfortable, you can gaze over your front fingertips, but imagine you have eyes in the back of the head. Look through those eyes. Remember, you are not looking to get there, you are looking to get here. Observe your pose. Reach through your back arm, pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet. Jump or step your feet together. Tadasana. Take your arms out to the side, legs are together, drop the shoulders, rotate the arms up. Keep the ribs in, top of the buttocks down. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, take the arms up. I don't know about you, but this feels so light and fluffy to me right now. Where when I do it at the beginning of a class, usually it's a struggle to open. But I feel some opening in my side ribs from all those twists. Armpits are a little bit more open. But of course, you don't have to feel that, but I do want you to go in and discover what this is for you. Maybe it's all harder for you. That's okay too. But I want you to begin to learn the art of observation, not just observation of others, but observation of you. Svadhyaya, self-study. Turn your hands out to the sides. Exhale, come down. Downward facing dog. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, knees slightly behind your hips, spread your fingers. Of course, if you want to use the chair or blocks, please do so. Press into the ball of the first finger and thumb, rotate the upper arms out. Turn your toes under, straighten your legs. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. We won't be here that long. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the inner legs. Outer knees to outer hips, compact the hips together. Let the head go. Heels down, hips up. Observe your pose. Then bend your legs. Have your knees touch the floor precisely the same moment. Come into child's pose. If child's pose is difficult for you, just come into Tadasana. Walk your feet forward into Tadasana. Otherwise, child's pose, rest your head either on the floor or you take a lift. Soften your face, completely let go here. In fact, if you're in child's pose, just rest your forearms, not straight arms right now. Just rest your forearms. Arms can be far apart.
Have my elbows close to the very edge of the sticky mat. Whatever's optimal for you, rest your forearms, move your shoulders away from each other, let your skull release. Let go. Then take your hands underneath your shoulders, push to come up. Take a blanket underneath your head. We'll set up for our Shavasana. Lie back. Take that blanket to touch the shoulders to support the neck, so it's under your head and neck. Not underneath your shoulders, but it does just touch the very edge of your shoulders, supports your 7th cervical. And your legs into your chest for a moment. Give yourself a hug. Say something kind to yourself. On your exhalation, take your feet to the floor. Take your hands to the top of the buttocks, scoop the flesh towards your heels. Straighten your legs one at a time. Let your legs go. Now, take your hands behind your head and just lift your head up to look down your body and your legs. And make sure you're straight. Just make sure you're straight. And then extend the head back, extending the neck to place the head back down. And then take your arms out to the sides. At a comfortable place for you. Let go. If your lower back aches, then put something underneath your knees or take your calves on the seat of the chair. So legs will be bent. Let go. Let your body surrender. Completely surrender to the Mother Earth below you. Let your skull surrender, neck, throat soft, eyes drawing inward, ears drawing inward. Relax your teeth, your gums, and practice the art of surrender. Allow your body to be a vessel for your breath. And can you be the observer as the breath breathes you? Begin to deepen the inhalation, lengthen the exhalation. Deepen the inhalation, lengthen the exhalation. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your nose. Bend your legs, place your feet on the floor with your knees together, feet apart. Take your hands onto your abdomen or onto your chest. When you feel ready, pick a side to turn on. Extend your arm past your ear. Roll to that side. So right arm right side or left arm left side. When you feel ready, place your left hand on the floor in front of your heart. Turn your torso towards the floor. Push to come up. Come up chest first, head last. Come up to sitting. Cross your legs the opposite way than when you started class. Bring your palms together. Taking a moment to observe your practice. Sending out a collective thanks to those of us who joined in our practice together today, a community together. We're in our individual places, but we are still a community together here supporting each other. And remember to take this yoga practice with you out through the rest of your day, into all of your interactions with other people, with kindness and compassion for others. Most importantly, kindness and compassion for yourself. Let's chant the syllable Om one time together. Deep inhalation. Gently let your eyes open. Big smile. Namaste. Bow to the divine within you.